Virgin Galactic did exactly, literally exactly what I said it would do. It went down when the S&P went up. I put the video out on Friday and explained what had happened with PPI and CPI. People had on CPI, that came first, right, on Thursday. I think was it Thursday? Wednesday, Thursday. CPI came first, then PPI. We saw how the markets reacted. They took some money off the top because everything had got overbought. They bought things like Virgin Galactic, things like this, low quality stocks that are vulnerable to interest rates. They all popped up, money came in, and what did I say? I said it will come in, it will trim off, people will take their profits and buy back the S&P. I hope all of my members took profit. You had somewhere in the region of a 15% profit over those 2 days. Now, I can't time the market. I don't time the market. I don't need to time the market. I never sell anyway. I just own and buy more of the S&P, right? You all know that. But I did say that Virgin Galactic was being bought because of money coming out of the top 7. It was traded. It was, and it would go back down again. It did. I hope you took your money. Now, what we're going to see now is the stock go sideways for a while because we've had CPI, we've had PPI. There is no more excitement about rate cuts. We know rate cuts are coming. We got the reaction for Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic had its moment. It benefited from that rally. It took advantage of it. Many of you bought it, sold it. I hope all my members did. Some of you may have held it. That was a mistake. It was a false pump. It wasn't real and whatever. Now it's gone back down again. Now then, there's no more great news about PPI or CPI for a while. We know that rates are coming down. We know that the interest rates are cooling. However, there will be opportunity now to get very, very small micro trades up and down around this level. The stock is going to go sideways, in my opinion, now for the next 6 months. It might even go a lot lower. But if you do get a chance again for an opportunity, if you like the stock and you believe it's going to get to Delta, now you can buy it again if you feel that's what you want to do, if you're okay parking your money for 6 months. Because remember, that's what you're doing. Even if you get the great gains that you hope to achieve, if, as I believe, you only held the S&P, by the end of the decade, you're going to get a 3x. I believe that. I believe by the end of the decade, I'm going to get a 3x on the S&P without the drama, 100%, no guarantee. No, I didn't mean no guarantee, no stress, no drama, and I don't have to sell. I don't have to trade it out when it gets there and go, oh my God, now I've got to sell it because it's reached its top. Now I need to get out. I can just own it and it'll be there for me when I need it. So even though Virgin Galactic, for example, might make those gains in 5 years, 10 years, I'm going to achieve it anyway, 100% guaranteed without the drama. So bear that in mind. Right now, we know that rates are going to come down. That's good for Virgin Galactic. We know that Delta is on track. That's good for Virgin Galactic. All of that we already knew. Okay, it's been confirmed, but anyone who did their calculations already knew that. That's what investing is rather than gambling, right? It's why we study the stock, why we study all the stocks. So now what you've got is a scalp trade opportunity, in, out, 5% each time. If you want to do that, you can do that. That's fine. Remember, you'll pay tax on it. Make sure you do it on your IRA. Or you buy it now and you hold it for a year or two. Make your money that way. Bearing in mind, you'll end up just where I'll be without having to trade just by owning the S&P. The difference is when your Virgin Galactic finally does well, assuming it does, and you get to the $100 or whatever you get to, it will then become a mainstream airline, if you like. And nobody likes buying airlines. Airlines are very risky and don't make anybody any money. People hate the airlines, right? So eventually it'll become an airline. So you can't just hold it forever and ever and ever. You're going to want to trade it and take some profit, aren't you? Well, if you end up where I'm going to be anyway, was there any point? Well, that's the question. And if you don't sell, and then everybody sells when it gets to 100, I'm just picking that number out of the air, then where do you end up? You're back down where you started from again. So the choices you have to make right now is, are you going to scalp trade this for the next 6 months? You can do that. You can do that. Make sure you do it tax-free. That's one option. Are you gonna own it and hold it, bearing in mind at some point, I presume, you want to sell it? Because when it becomes a mainstream airline and we're flying into space every 5 minutes, that's what it will become. You then don't want to be in an airline, do you? You want to be out. I presume it would, at that point, probably move to dividend stocks, dividend paying to keep you in the stock, to protect its value. But I would imagine most people would take their profit. So then you've got to sell it, as opposed to just owning like the S&P, which will pay you a passive income, if you like, whether you're selling a few stocks a week or taking dividends or whatever you're doing. So you've got that to consider. And you've also got to consider, will it ever get there and will it be successful? Make those decisions, and then of course you are then informed to know how best to play this stock over the next 6 months, 12 months, and make perhaps long term. There's my update on Virgin Galactic. I do predict that the S&P will get its way all the way 3x by the end of the decade. It's why I'm in margin, why I'm holding my position. I'm very, very happy. If we get a pullback, that's absolutely fine. I'm already up a huge amount. I don't mind if it pulls back. I just buy more and take my margin to $50,000. I'm not really worried about that. So anyway, click above my head for all the links down below in the description. I've just recorded a video that you might want to check out, all about my reaction to the assassination attempt of Donald Trump, former president, and you can go and check that out. It's a 15-20 minute very personal reaction. I took some time to do it. I didn't react when it happened live. I didn't want to be making videos live, cashing in like other YouTubers. I didn't want to be doing that. I just wanted one video, one reaction to it. And there it is. And I took a weekend to think about it. Go and check that out. Over here and over here, I'll put more videos in the series. Thank you very much indeed for listening. I hope you made it all the way to the end. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.